All right, for more on this, we are now being joined by Lieutenant Colonel Daniel L. Davis. He's a military expert and host of Daniel Davis Deep Dive on YouTube from Sterling, Virginia. Lieutenant Colonel, it's always great to speak to you. Thank you for coming back to WION. Ukraine's President Zelensky is coming with his hands full with a victory plan, he says. What could it contain, in your opinion?
Well, we don't actually even have to wonder. He's pretty much outright said it. He tweeted out a number of things this morning. He said it's going to have a request for a lot more weapons, specifically long-range weapons. It's going to have a diplomatic initiative, which he says he wants to force Putin to make a negotiated settlement on terms beneficial to Kiev. And then he also wants to hold Putin accountable for the war afterwards, financially and other ways. And that's honestly, it's a bit of a head scratcher because everything on the battlefield is going against the Ukraine, has been for this entire calendar year. And all of the signs continue to show that Russia's strength is increasing while Ukraine is comparatively weakening, especially in the manpower pool. So it's not going to make any difference. I'll just point blank tell you, even if they get the long range missiles, which is very much not a given, but even if they did, it's not going to change any of the dynamics on the tactical battlefield. Russia is still in the upper hand.
And do you think there's a sense of a feeling, and not just in Kyiv with Zelensky, but also across NATO, that before President Biden leaves office, the bloc needs to, I don't know, Trump-proof their assistance to Ukraine?
There's a lot of talk of that. But again, I think it's a fool's errand. I mean, I got to be honest with you. Looking at this from the military perspective, and that's everywhere from the tactical, operational, and strategic levels, there's no path to victory here for Ukraine. There's no path. There's not even a path anymore to a negotiated settlement on terms that are even minimally in favor of Ukraine. That had an opportunity. We actually had Gerhard Schröder, the former chancellor of Germany, over the weekend admit that there was a deal in place and that certain forces, which he didn't name, sabotaged and undermined it to not allow Zelensky to take the deal, which he had been talking about taking in the week before that. So we had a chance to do this. We let it go. And now then Russia has no interest in making a negotiated settlement, anything short of their primary objective of taking all of the Donbass and possibly more.
Yeah, it's just really, as you mentioned, it's a head scratcher when you see, Vladimir Zelensky come with this plan on the one hand, Russia saying what it wants, and then the United States, U.S. policies also there's a lot there to ponder, to say the least. Lieutenant Colonel, thank you so much for joining us on WION.
Always my pleasure.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.